I like to end this lecture with this Venn diagram because we looked at these three different areas. We probably looked at realism the most because we covered so many types, from kitsch to camp to naturalism, to looking at things that are dramatic, of when we bring realistic elements of the world. So it's a realism is that theory of art that we want to represent the world and bring it into the work of art. Yeah. Expressionism is when we want to bring this emotional, and amplify the emotion in a work of art. The realism perhaps becomes less important. And then finally, we have formalism. I like to link the three. This is called a Venn diagram. When you put these together, and you can see the places where realism and expressionism come together, where in the very middle, you might have realism plus expressionism plus formalism, and then you have a little bit of both. What I like about this is this might be an interesting way of taking this Venn diagram to a dance concert and saying, which is the most realistic piece in the dance concert? Okay, then which is the most expressionistic piece? Which is the most formalistic piece? And then which pieces combine those things, where there's some realism plus some expressionism plus some formalism, that sometimes you have an artist that wants to do a little bit of all of it. Yeah, so here, this is looking at like Dan Flavin. Here you can have an artist which is just doing things that are very formalistic, but then you can also have some artists that play with it, like Picasso does that quite a bit. This is his La Rêve, the dream. Now, I quite like these bulls that Picasso did in 1945, because you can see that as he goes, he starts turning down the realism in this piece. And because of that, you start to see more of the bull's formal attributes, and even the fact that he makes the head of the bull so tiny and small in this last one. You can see that perhaps we're starting to see a kind of expressionism with it also. So these, I think, are fascinating because you can see an artist playing with that Venn diagram. And just a couple other images here. Here is a theatrical set, perhaps more naturalistic. And in the dance world, sometimes we can have this bottom picture here is from Cafe Mueller, a Pina Bausch work. So you can see, here's Pina Bausch with all of these chairs. And just dancing. So we bring these elements of realism into the picture. Yeah. So fascinating to me is to say, where do we want to go when we make choices? Am I interested in something more realistic? Am I interested in the expression? Or am I interested in just the design? Yeah, this is a final piece. Let's look at this. I think this is a Shakespeare piece. I quite love the whiteness of everything white in this image here. And this is just paper. So the entire scenery was made out of this crumpled white paper.